Our story today looks at how Lao communities are learning to deal with this deadly threat.
It was around 5 o'clock when my son came back from working and he saw his friend was tampering with the bomb. And he was just standing there and watching. The bomb exploded immediately and his friend died. And the compression of the bomb pushed him kind of against the fence and both of his eyes shut. He couldn't see again.
Lan Philavong is just 18 years old. Blinded by the explosion, he also lost a leg and a hand. It will mean years of rehabilitation and ongoing treatment. For his family, bombs dropped over 30 years past have had a profound impact on their future.
Lan dropped out of school to find a job, hoping to help to support the family, to earn money enough to support the family. Now their hope is kind of faded and there's no future for him, and the hope that he would be able to support the family is just gone.
Lan's story is replayed across towns and villages almost every day. Since the end of the Second Indochina War, known in Australia as the Vietnam War, unexploded ordinances have killed or injured over 50,000 locals. Sadly, about 40% of all casualties are children. Between 1964 and 1973, Laos was the target of 580,000 bombing missions, carrying more than 2 million tonnes of explosives. Many of these devices were cluster bombs, an insidious weapon containing hundreds of tennis ball-sized projectiles known as bommies. Today, 80 million bombs remain unexploded in Laos. If disturbed, the large bombs can blast huge craters. The ball-sized bommies cause horrific injuries, blasting out hundreds of ball bearings, blowing off limbs and blinding victims. The task of clearing these bombs is overwhelming and well beyond the capacity of a single nation. International governments, including Australia, and non-government agencies have combined forces to help rid Laos of UXOs, unexploded ordinances. Their goal, to train local teams to detect and defuse the weapons, to educate villagers about the risks, and ultimately to rid the nation one by one of UXOs. It's dangerous work.
This is the most common bomb we found. Is a 500-pound bomb. Yeah, it's 500 pounds. It's about 87 kilograms of explosive in the bomb. Yeah.
Stefan Dikonik from the Swiss Foundation for Mine Action has seen firsthand the damage that can be caused.
This bomb was pointed out to us by the villagers. We didn't see it at first because it was underwater, but they're quite certain that there was a bomb there. And when we started looking at it, yeah, we actually found it straight away, basically. Yeah. We unscrewed the bottom part to see if there's any fusing system in behind there, and it was empty. So this bomb basically is quite safe to move at the moment.
Others require more decisive action. Each day, international clearance teams scour the countryside in search of unexploded bombs. Increasingly, these expeditions rely on local villagers who know the terrain, know where the dangers are, and whose families rely on the land for their survival. This village elder witnessed the bombing missions that terrorised his country.
Me.
I was very scared and I fled into the jungle. The bombs were dropped exactly on the house and none of the body could be recovered.
Today he can see how the international visitors are making the area safer.
In the area of the village, there are not many now. The project has already removed those that were found, but I'm not sure, maybe there are more in the jungle. Yes, it's going to benefit the family and the villagers. We would be able to raise our animals without fear. We could increase our agriculture.
The Australian government is among a number of donors contributing to rehabilitation centres in Laos, like this one, the cooperative prosthetics enterprise in the capital, Vientiane. These centres treat victims of UXOs like Novangali Navali, who lost his leg and suffered facial damage after stepping on a cluster bomb. Each year, the COPE Centre makes and fits more than 1,000 prosthetic devices, like Novangali's new leg.
I am really happy to get the new leg, and thanks to the hospital and the project to give me the leg. I am really happy. Now I am got the leg like everyone else. Now I got my leg back. I'm really happy.
As the clearance program continues, it's becoming more apparent that the key to long-term development lies in a connection of trust between international aid workers and local communities. The first step has been defusing bombs like this one.
Other bombs that we found were all along this road, including one near a rice farmer's house, and which we dealt with already. And he was quite happy that we've dealt with it very safely, so he could keep his house. They've have established now a good trust with us. Basically, we deal with the explosive of the bomb, the explosive content of the bomb. We make it completely safe, and then the metal is left for the village, because they use this metal very often, and then whatsoever is left over, they can sell for scrap metal and get some extra income out of it as well.
International aid agencies also look to other aspects of community life, improving standards in farming practices, health and education. Lisa Ognjanovic is Care Australia's Provincial Program Coordinator.
The village doesn't have enough rice all year round, and which in this village, because for 6 months of the year you can't actually access the village because of the wet season and the road conditions, they really need to be able to have enough rice all year round to feed their families and to stay healthy and strong.
Care Australia employs local people as part of the program to help break down language barriers and build strong relationships. After deciding how village life can be improved, Care provides resources and education programs to build momentum for change.
What we've been doing in some of the other villages we've been working in is providing training for livestock and for developing up home kitchen gardens. With the livestock, you can see good results, within one year, because communities are no longer getting the epidemics of animal diseases. So livestock for the communities is a good source of income. We judge our improvement on what the community want to achieve and working with the community.
For Stefan de Koning, he judges his own success by slightly different standards.
It's my job actually to train myself out of a job.
Local staff are now gaining the specialist skills to defuse munitions safely, build the trust of local communities and train others to train others.
I mean, the more people, the more capacity we leave behind here, the easier it is going to be for the Lao people to deal with this problem a long time in the future, because even with all the resources we put against it at the moment, there is so much ordnance, millions and millions of these UXOs, we don't even make a small dent in it. It's going to be a problem for many years to come. Yeah.
In the meantime, international agencies are continuing their work, strengthening communities and building hope, one community, even one person at a time.
I got a new leg, and I will do my best, do what I can do, and I will find the best opportunity to work with the family, and hopefully I will get my performance getting better, and Well, it's 36 years old and I don't have a wife yet. Maybe if someone come along, I might get married.